How did it feel out there having your hand raised?
You know, it feels amazing, especially being the first guy to fight in this province. And this is actually my second time competing in this province. The first time I won junior nationals for wrestling. So it's my second time competing here, and I'm just very excited. The fans were unbelievably awesome. So I want to thank Saskatchewan and all the Stoonies for cheering me on, and just it feels amazing, you know?
Just talk about the performance. Is that pretty much how you're expecting the fight to go, or did he, give any problems where you didn't expect it?
You know, I was expecting. I know Dana Jal, he comes in kind of like, he comes in hard. A lot of first of all, he was undefeated, so he doesn't know how to lose. So I had to kind of bring that heat back to Texas a little bit. I knew it was going to be a wild fight, but he surprised me a little bit. He was a little bit stronger than I thought. That was surprising. So other than that, I was kind of expecting exact same thing. I knew that once we're going to rev so high, I knew that he's going to be the one who's going to be gassed before me. Because, I trained really, really hard. There's no way he was doing the same things I was. Other than that, I'm excited to go back home and work on some things that I felt like I could have done better.
And once you got his back and you started punching him from there, finished the fight, it seemed like the finish was inevitable. Did you think the ref stopped it a little bit late? Because that's what it seemed like, maybe from cage side.
Honestly, I thought that every punch that I was landing, he was getting weaker and weaker, up to the point where I was kind of like throwing punches, and he was already kind of out cold. But I had to keep doing that, so that I was waiting for the referee to peel me off. But I do think that they could have stopped fight a little bit sooner. I've seen that he was already hurt, but I didn't want to stop his main debut. I just wanted to finish the fight, and I was waiting for the referee to peel me off.
Yeah, and you showed quite a bit of your ground game in this fight. Is that something you think you bring that's different to this weight class? It seems like at the top 10, 15 guys, it's mostly strikers. There's not many, guys that are able to take you down, submit you, those kind of things.
Yeah, exactly. So, as a fight starts, I'm going to be looking to kind of knock them out, and if they take me to the ground, I feel like they can take me to the ground. I know how to get out of there, and once they do take me to the ground, they got to be really, really, really careful, because I have some tricks. I'll try to submit them, and I have power to apply to that. So I feel like I'm gonna bring exciting fights to the fans. I'm not saying I'm the best or anything. I just like to fight, and I'll fight anybody, and if anything, I'll show amazing fights to any crowd, whatever UFC brings me.
And how do you build off this win? Where do you go from here? I heard you saying before you might want to go train with Chris Weidman down in New York.
Yeah, I really want to find a little bit better training partners. Some guys that are a little bit more wilder bodies, and maybe some guys that are stronger than me, so I can really get pushed as well. Because right now, to be honest with you, nobody really pushing me. I'm always kind of the leader in a training session and in sparring. So I do want to meet some guys that can kick my ass as well, so that I get a little bit more humbled and get better.
Yeah, have you spoke with Chris about that possibility?
I didn't speak to Chris himself, but we have some mutual friends that kind of been talking to set up some training sessions. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to meet him, and in my opinion, he's one of the best that there is. He's an amazing boxer. He's an amazing wrestler, and he has amazing ground guys. And I feel like we can benefit from each other, especially now that he's fighting a really, really good grappler, Luke Rockhold. So I feel like I can bring similar ideas to what Luke Rockhold has, and I think we can really help each other, and we don't live that far from each other. I'm in Toronto, he's in New York, so I'm going to be looking to kind of get some good training sessions with him. I know he's a hard worker, so am I, so I feel like we can help each other.